Hello, this is Brian Scuttle of Sonic Cinema. I caught up with Malcolm and Marie, Sam Levinson's drama, which debuted earlier this month on Netflix. And it stars John David Washington and Zendaya. And they're a couple who's coming home from Malcolm's film premiere. He is a director. And it basically is 106 minutes of escalating tension and escalating arguments. First, with regards to the inspiration that Marie gave Malcolm when it comes to creating the film, because the film is centered on a character who is very much like Marie, as we come to realize throughout the film. And then it gets into Malcolm being argumentative about that and saying, no, this is what the inspiration was. I mean, you were a part of it, but you weren't the only part of it. And then it escalates when the first review comes out from it. And then we get Marie asking him, well, why did I not play this role? And it's basically just an escalation of arguments. And it's really interesting to see how some of the arguments play out between the two characters. Washington and Zendaya do really good jobs in the movie. But ultimately, it feels like neither of these characters should probably be with one another, and there's a certain degree of arrogance and in the character of Malcolm in particular, especially when it comes to the review that he reads, which is extremely positive, but he can't help but nitpick some of the ways in which it perceives the film that he's made. And Zendaya is really wonderful in the film, and they make a very good counterpoint to one another. I'm still it's been several hours. It's been about 6 hours since I've finished up watching it, and I'm still not entirely sure how much I think of it overall. I do think it's a good movie. I'm just not quite sure how good of a movie it is. I was engaged with it. I thought that Levinson did a good job of staging each of these arguments, each of these situations with the characters. But I'm not sure what it ultimately ends up with regards to these two characters. So it's kind of a tough movie to watch. I might try watch it again at some point. But overall, I thought it's well worth watching if you're a fan of either of the actors. I think there are some interesting things to be said as far as being a creative individual, what inspires us creatively, and how we take criticism. But overall, I couldn't help but feel like some of the tension in the movie, as the arguments build, felt kind of forced, I guess is the best way of putting it. But overall, it was a good movie. It's worth checking out if you're a fan of the actors, if you're a fan of Levinson as a filmmaker. And that's pretty much all I have to say on Malcolm and Marie. I hope you enjoyed, and keep a lookout on sonic-cinema.com, as well as the Sonic Cinema podcast for more. I've got another podcast episode coming out on Tuesday, as a matter of fact. Thank you.